We're back. I'm going to gross there for a second. Yeah, it's tough when you see stuff like that, you know. It's amazing how much we drag our children down or we drag our children up. You know, but today we're going to talk about, we're still talking about influence and how life, family, friends, circumstances, and even the hand of God reaching out from heaven, touching our lives and transforming these young folks here. Ken, I want you to talk a little bit about how you've been able to find your way amongst all the criticism and judgment that, you know, us as human beings, you know, I may not have judged you, but I'm sure I've judged plenty, you know. So tell us a little bit about that.
There was this one point in my life where everything was just like, it was going really bad for me, and like that, there was this day that I just, you know, I started crying, and I asked God, you know, help me, you know, I can't do this without you, I need you in my life. And from that day, I think that's the day that, well, I'm sure that that's the day that everything changed, because that's the day when I told myself, you know, I want to do this because I want to do this for me, not for anybody else, you know, I want to be, quiero estar bien con Dios, you know, and I wanted to be happy, and I didn't want to be pleasing other people, you know, I just wanted to, you know, be happy with myself, that I would feel good with myself, that I didn't have to feel bad anymore for what other people had to say, you know, or for how other people had hurt me, you know, that I was just going to leave it all behind me.
In my notes, I have that you made a personal decision that night that you spoke to God. Tell us a little bit about that decision.
Well, I decided to, you know, just let God take control of everything, you know, because you know, the quote that I always tell myself is, you know, we do what we can, but God does what we can't do, you know, and I just let God take over, and from that night, you know, I just told him, you know, come into my heart and just do your will with me, you know, and that was my decision, that I was going to live my life for God.
Yeah, that's good, because I'm going to tell you that a lot of times, you know, and in the church or even in any place, the majority of people do stuff out of sacrifice. They've got to do it, you know, they've got to go to work or they've got to go to school. But when we make a personal decision to do God's will, it takes a sacrifice, and the Bible says that God is sick and tired of sacrifice. La palabra dice que Dios está harto de sacrificio. You know, He wants us that whatever you're going to do it because you want to do it for the Lord, because you love the Lord. And for you to make that decision is incredible. And I know that for Joseph, when he, you know, when we were talking earlier with him, is that he mentioned that, you know, he started to seek God for himself, and, you know, God put people in his life to help him. And it's incredible. It's just incredible the influence that God has over our lives when we make a decision and, you know, extend our hands back unto Him. You know, how do the behaviors in the sense of, because I know that sometimes when we're not the pastor's kid, after church is over, we go hang with our friends and we go to parties and stuff like that. And sometimes, you know, we're not doing some things because, you know, we're not the pastor's kids, because you've got to do it, you know, because you're the pastor's kid. Tell me a little bit, how much of it has it affected you to see other youth doing things that maybe you desire to do? I don't know. Tell us.
Well, I don't really think it has affected me, but I have had friends in church that have told me, you know, well, you can't do this because you're a pastor's kid, but I can, you know, and I don't agree with them, because their sin counts just as much as mine, you know. Just because I'm the pastor's kid doesn't mean I'm more holy, you know. If they do something bad, it's going to count just as, you know, the same, you know, but that has affected me, not really. I mean, yeah, there's times that I wanted to, like, do stuff, you know, and be like, oh, you know, well, I want to try that too, you know, I want to know how it feels, you know, but,
No, I'm not gonna put you out there.
But I think that it's just like in the back of my mind, I've always been like, no, that's not me, So I think that's the reason why I haven't tried anything, possibly because also the chance there hasn't been an opportunity to do it, but deep down
So
inside.
you wait for the opportunity?
I've had opportunities to do things.
No, I hear you.
And I haven't, but I just.
It's gotta be tough. I've gotta say, for me and Joseph, it hasn't been that tough because we've already been there, done that. But to not know something and see other people do it, I mean, from seeing, you wanna try, that's what they say. And sometimes when we see other people doing something that, for them, according to them, they can do, but we can't do, and it's like, no, I can prove it to you, But it takes a lot of courage to be able to not do it. In my notes I have a little bit of questions. I put, how much of you is you and how much is religion? Or is Jesus truly influencing your life?
I think that...
You mentioned a little bit about your temperament.
Yes, I have a really strong character, I like a firecracker.
The firecracker.
Yeah, I can get mad pretty easily, and when I do get mad, I get really mad, but I think that being me is God, because God is in me, and what I am, it reflects what God is doing in my life, I mean, I know there's things I have to change, such as what I talked to you guys about, my character, but, I mean, I really, I know I need to try, because probably I haven't tried hard enough to change that, because I know it's something that I can change, but I don't think it's religion, I think it's God, my belief, because I've chosen to believe in God,
A personal relationship. Yeah, because religion, after all, religion is just coming to church, going through the motions, singing, standing when you've got to stand, applaud when you've got to applaud, and that's it. But to have a relationship with Jesus is what I hear that you're saying, that the good thing that people see in you is God, and that the things that you've got to work on is still your temperament. I'm going to think that, has it affected you with your meanness or anger problem, that it's because of the expectations that people have placed on you, or is it Ken? Is it part of Ken?
That's just me, because I can't really blame anybody for how I am, because, I think we all choose to really be who we want to be, and I don't think I can blame anybody for that, I think it's me, and like I said, it's something I need to change.
Well, that's keeping it real right there. And I'm going to just take another quick minute to hear another word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.